The first thing you need to do is go to Home Depot and get some Power Grab all-purpose Loctite. That's what you're going to use to glue the tiles up to the wall, and you just put it in a caulking gun, which there's one of those in the kiln room. And then you want to also get at Home Depot some pre-mixed grout, and the color we use is called linen. Then if you have 2 or 3 people that are doing grout, then you should get 2 or 3 grout bags. One trick that we figured out was if you trim about 1/8 of an inch off of the tip of the bag with some scissors, then the grout comes through a lot easier. The first thing to do is to line up all the tiles on the ground in the order of which you're planning to hang them. You're not allowed to take friend requests to put friends next to other friends. It's supposed to be random, but I do like to make it look good, and so there's not like 3 red tiles in a row or that sort of thing. Before you glue the tiles to the wall, it's good to use a pencil and draw a guideline so that all the tiles are the same height. This stir stick was just the right amount of space underneath the tiles for the borders to go around it, so that's what I used. Then you get the Loctite and you just put the glue on the back of the tiles. You can do up to 10 at a time if you want, and it goes pretty fast when you do that because the glue doesn't dry really fast. I used a step stool because I'm tall enough to reach it, but you could also get a ladder. Just make sure you put the right amount of space between the tiles for the grout. Then once your tile is stuck to the wall, just to be extra safe, they say to put a couple pieces of masking tape on the top of the tile. Then the next day you can take the tape off. You use the exact same technique to put up the decorative trim border tiles, although you don't need to use tape to keep them up once you attach them to the wall. It does take a little longer though, because there's just more pieces. Before you start grouting, it's good to get a sponge and a little bucket of water so that if you get any grout on the front of a tile, you can wipe it off immediately. Otherwise, it gets dried on and it's really hard to get off later. So now we have grout in the grout bag, and we've trimmed the tip of the grout bag just a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch off, which makes the grout come through a lot easier. But even so, it's still really hard to get it out. So I kind of found the best technique was kind of almost like milking a cow, where you're trying to get the grout out of the bag, and your muscles get pretty sore after 2 or 3 tiles. But then after you do that, you can come back and kind of smooth out the grout with a wet finger. And that's it. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.